What up guys, how you doing? It is Lasty here and welcome today to a new episode of the 3-tier squad builder. I'm still a little bit ill. I've got a very tickly throat, so I apologise if I cough throughout this video. I'm trying to make it through and I've done lots of commentaries lately. My throat is starting to just completely and utterly go. So we are doing France today. That is the topic of our 3-tier squad builder and this is tier number 1. This is your cheap budget French side that you would use if, let's say, you only have 5 to 10,000 coins. You can actually get a pretty decent team for that because I really enjoyed using this one. Now, of course, with the 3-tier squad builder, I get to use all sorts, like a very wide variation of expensive and cheap and rubbish and amazing players from that given nation or league at any given point in time. And I really enjoyed tier number 1 today. It was, I don't know, it played really well. At centre-backs, you've got Kolodjizak and, is it Yangambiwa? I think it actually is. And they're very solid. Also, the two non-rare centre midfielders, Decore and Imbula, are just extremely impressive on this game. Kabeya, Niang, and Ben Yedder. I mean, to me, that's a great strike partnership. It really is. And they're all very cheap. What you will get with tier number 1 is some non-rare players because you can't quite afford the more expensive ones. You won't really worry about chemistry styles and all of that type of thing. And players might be ever so slightly out of position. That's what I tend to go with when choosing a budget team. Because I know that a lot of you out there that really are on a budget, that's the sort of thing you come across on this game. You don't necessarily have every single player that you would love and want in your squad in the right position and all of that type of stuff. But we scored some goals with tier number 1. I only played a couple of games because we got all 5 or 6 goals that we needed for that particular tier in those games. Ben Yedder is an absolute revelation on FIFA 17. He was on FIFA 16, to be honest. And once again, he just goes to show you what an amazing player he really is. The 4-star skill, 5-star weak foot combo on this guy is something special. I absolutely adore him, and hopefully get some informs or something soon, because I think he would do quite well. Sorry, throat again, it's just really tickly and annoying. I want to cough really loud and drink some water. Might have to drink some water at some point through this video. But that's the last goal with tier number 1. We now move up a peg, up a notch, to tier number 2. What you can see here is that we've now got lots of rare gold players, some higher rated players, and some more elite players just in general. We have got 85 rated Ruffier in goal today. He is very good. I have to say, like, I actually really did like him in goal. Sanya and Tremolinas at left back and right back. One thing France don't really have is pacey right backs on this game. It's always an issue. We stepped up to Perrin and Mathieu in the centre-back positions. And in midfield, we got Lasana Diarra, Tolisso and Schneiderlin. Up front, we have Remy with Fekir on the right-hand side and Anthony Martial on the left. He's quite expensive and is definitely an upgrade from your tier 1 players. Of course, being a Man United player, French Premier League, lots of pace, good skills, he's an expensive player. And then Remy himself is like 6,000 coins at least, because I sold a duplicate I had the other day, and I didn't expect him to go for quite that much. But this team, yeah, it felt like a step up, I must say. There are some times where I use the very expensive teams and I come across either higher rated teams myself because my team is higher rated, or people just try harder because you've got some elite players and they wanna have that sort of, I beat that guy with that crazy team, so they just try harder. And this particular team right here was sort of under the radar enough that it wasn't, people weren't super trying because I've got this sick team. They probably thought, oh, he's got quite an average team, to be honest. And then I went out and just smashed a bunch of people and did really quite well, which was fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And that's sometimes the way it goes on FIFA. Like, if you can get by with a slightly above average team, sometimes it can feel like a well above average team because of how lackluster people are and how unexpectant they are of you being an amazing player. But we scored quite a lot of goals. I think in one game I scored like 6 goals with this team, which is a lot, obviously. Remy scored quite a few of those, and he's a good striker. He's a great striker. Lots of people rank him as one of the best Premier League ones because every single year, right, he's got pace, he's got strength, He's got height and physical about him. He can finish the ball. He's got skill moves. He kind of is everything you really want. But he's just not that top tier level of player, such as like Aguero or someone in the Premier League. Now this right here is the coup de grace. It is the tier number 3, super special, super expensive French players on FIFA 17. We've upgraded to Mandanda in goal, who's the same rating as Ruffier, but a lot more expensive. We've got Inform Korchia and Clichy at left back and right back, as well as Kurt Zouma and Varane at centre back. Those two. Whew. Those two are good. They're really, really good. N'Golo Kante, you could use his informal ones to watch if you want. I had this one in my club. And the Inform and Zonzi make their way to CDM today in a 4-2-3-1. It's difficult with France because there are 3 players I really wanted to get in this team. Pogba, Payet, and ones to watch Ben Arfa. You sort of got to go for that 4-2-3-1 really, haven't you? Because that's the only option with the 3 strikers, the 3 cams, should I say. And then up front, we have got the 87 rated Benzema. So that is a very expensive attack. Like Benzema's like 70k or something. Pogba was like 500,000-600,000. Payet cost me like 300,000. And then ones to watch Ben Arfa was over 100,000 when I bought him. So that is a very expensive attack force. And you got to hope that they would do something for you, right? And I have to say, without doubt, without question, this was the hardest tier to play with, which just sort of reinforces my point really of either people you're coming up against have got better teams and therefore are more invested in the game, have put more time in, are better players, or people just turn them try hard panties on and they just go fully at you to try and beat you. Because it would be quite something if they could beat the guy who's got the Pogba and that special looking Payet that they've never seen before and all of that stuff. So that is something to bear in mind when using crazy teams. I know that FUTWIZ Dan, who has an amazing team on Ultimate Team, you know, legends, Ronaldo's, Messi's, all of this stuff, often says that he feels like people are really putting extra effort in because to beat an elite team like that would be quite something. So I really do feel like that's a thing. We got quite a bit of lag actually when playing with... I think my internet started going a little bit funny in tier number 3. You can see here that there's ever so like choppy lag every now and again. It's almost like stutters and stops for a while, which is a bit odd. And that frustrates me. I just like melt when I get lag. I turn into the world's worst FIFA player in the world, and that's completely me. Like I just do really badly in that situation. But as you can see, we're sticking in goals left, right and centre. I played a lot more games with this particular tier because I wanted to get player review clips for Paul Pogba and for Benzema. So if you haven't already seen, one of them will have gone live. Another one will be going live on Thursday. Go and subscribe to FUTWIZ by clicking their channel up in the top right corner. And I'll also leave an end slate for them at the end of the video. I make 4 reviews over there every single week. So if you're looking for more in-depth knowledge on certain players that I'm using in my vids, then you can find that over there. But we scored goals with Benzema and Pogba mainly. They were in the right places at the right times a lot more than anyone else. Pogba probably because he was that central cam as opposed to Payet and ones to watch Ben Arfa who were almost like wingers. I didn't really like the 4-2-3-1 formation, I would add, so perhaps instead of trying to use Pogba, Payet and Ben Arfa, maybe you guys could just go with 1 or 2 of them, have the others on the bench and then use some wingers, like maybe add Martial in there or something, because I feel like, yeah, having that width actually creates more space for you. So this right here is what I've come up with of who were the best players for me when I was using the 3 different tiers. Now, in goal, we have Ruffier, who, without a shadow of a doubt, was way better than Mandanda. I've used Mandanda before and thought he was alright. I've also used him before and thought he was terrible. And using him this particular time, he was quite terrible. But Ruffier, really solid in goal. I liked him a lot. The 3 centre-backs I would use, Kolodjizak from tier number 1. And then Zuma and Varane from tier number 3. Just loads of pace, loads of strength. They're all absolutely amazing centre-backs on the game. In terms of the midfielders, I would go with Kante as a CDM, and then probably Tolisso. He was a good player on the game. If not, maybe Nzonzi or his inform. That would be a great option. Out wide on the right, I would either go with Fekir or someone we haven't even used today, which is Dembele. Ousmane Dembele. Would probably recommend him, but he just didn't fit into any of my squads today. Martial for sure out on the left. He's a great player on this game. A really decent, like, he's kind of got everything. Lots of pace, lots of skill, and good dribbling and stuff like that, which is stuff you need on this game. Pogba definitely as a central one-on-one alone cam in this game. I think that makes him work the best. He links up with the CDMs and does that sort of whole workhorse kind of thing, and then he gets forward and is a part of the attack as well. And then up front, Benzema for his eliteness, and then Ben Yedder because he's just a gem on this game. He just is. And if anything, he might have even performed better for me than someone like Benzema has so far. So yeah, just definitely Ben Yedder and Benzema up front for me. If you could afford it, maybe Griezmann would go up front with one of them. I think he's a very good player as well. Or Lacazette, we haven't even used today. There's lots of options for you, but these are the ones I would recommend. If you've enjoyed the video, guys, make sure you smash a thumbs up on it. And don't forget, of course, to subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. Thank you for watching. Apologies for being a bit ill and stopping every now and again, but my throat. I'm going to go and have a rest of my voice for a little bit, edit this video up. Hope you've had a good day. Continue to have a good day, and I'll catch you next time, guys. Peace.